Hey everyone, in this Paint Tech video I'm going to be showing you the method I use for priming miniatures with a lot of pieces to them. We can't just glue the miniature together a lot of the time because some of the pieces overlap each other or get in the way when we're trying to use a spray primer. A good example is the Dwarf Giants for Blood Bowl, which I'll be painting in a later video. The miniature I'm demonstrating on in this video is a Mad Cat from Battletech. If you're not familiar with Battletech, it's a miniatures war game from the 80s that about 20 people in the world still play, including myself. So the first thing we want to do is assemble the miniature to determine which parts of the miniature are going to be a problem with a spray primer. As you can see here, the arm of this mech is really close to the leg, and it's definitely going to leave an unpainted spot on the mech. You can also see that part of the missile rack is nearly touching the side of the body, and we won't be able to prime in between these two pieces while they're attached. However, the rest of it looks fine, so I'm going to go ahead and glue everything together except for the arms. For the glue, I'm using Citadel plastic glue, though super glue obviously works just fine. I find that one drop of this stuff is plenty, but it dries really quickly, so you don't have much time to reposition anything once you apply the glue. Next, I'm going to use some white tack to cover all the parts of the miniature that I don't want to get paint on them. Basically, any part of the miniature that's going to be attached with glue should be kept free of paint. So first I'm stuffing some white tack into the holes where the arms will attach, and then I'm going to shape the tack so that it's not going to block the flow of my spray paint. Anytime I prime a miniature, I like to have it stuck to the top of a bottle so I don't have to handle the miniature itself. Next I'm going to use some tack on the end of a stick to hold the arms of the mech and covering up the attachment points so no paint gets on it. There are times when it's easier just to use painter's tape, especially if you're painting a larger mini, like the Rancor from Imperial Assault. And for these times I just cut thin strips and wrap them around the attachment points. One tip I will give about the tack is that you should remove it shortly after priming. The longer it's attached to the mini, the stickier it's going to become. So here are all of our pieces after priming. I've waited for about 10-15 minutes and now I'm going to remove the tack. So you can see here the tack did a great job of covering the attachment points of the miniature, and a glue should have no problem holding these pieces together. I'm not going to glue these pieces together just yet, however. I'm going to wait until just before I start doing the highlights on the paint job before I use the glue. In part 2 of this video I'll be giving this mini a Zenithal prime job and then a desert camo scheme. And then in the third and final part, I'll be demonstrating how to paint a jeweling effect. I hope you found this video useful, and thank you very much for watching.